Hello, my online stars. Hope you're having an incredible day. We're talking about Facebook Lives today, and I know it's super scary, but that you are brand new and you haven't done one yet, or you're doing this for years and you're used to it, and it's kind of okay, but life happens, something you have a break, and it's harder to get back on, or it may be the next stage where you move from that perfect setup, perfect content and scripting, perfect makeup, all the way to I no longer care, I'm just gonna go live wherever, whenever. Because that's when all the beauties of age, summer, and pregnancy and everything comes up and it shows. So, it can be anything, but it can always be scary, whether you haven't done one yet or you are used to all of that. But remember, there's always tribe, there's always someone that relates, there's always someone that is okay and wants to be like you, whether you are perfect or not, because you are yourself. So are you doing lives, whether on Instagram or Facebook? Put Facebook Live or IG Live in the comments, or both. You can always have two devices, two phones just next to each other and do live at the same time at two platforms. So are you doing them? Put that in the comments. So just curious how many of you are actually doing one. And if you're building a business, you will need to learn how to market and how to sell. And if you want to do that, there's number one skill you will have to master, and that's really sharing your story, sharing your journey, taking people on your journey. As a mom, as an entrepreneur building your business, as someone on weight loss journey in beauty, any niche that you are in, you will need to master that skill and take people on that journey and become vulnerable, because that's what matters. That's what relates, and that's what attracts people to you. Hello, Garrett. Great to see you live. So today we're talking about Facebook Lives, and I want to give you a few simple tips what you can do to boost those views and engagement on your video. And there are simple steps that anyone can do, and it will get you instant results. So if you want to see those, put tips in the comments. And if you're brand new, let me first maybe introduce to the brand new viewers. My name is Lenka Kaclova from growwithlenka.com, and I'm helping you hit your online breakthrough. And I've been doing online marketing past 11 years already. It feels like forever. But networking really in English past 3 years. I started actually with Facebook Live video. I did a Periscope when it actually started in 2016. I did Periscope. I started on Twitter. But Facebook Lives, I started about, I believe it was summer 2016. And I was doing 2-3 videos probably a week. And then it didn't really get the traction that I wanted to do. So I went on 90-day run, and I did video every single day. And that was super exhausting because I had 2 little kids, newborn and a 2-year-old, and it was super crazy. And I did it because I was targeting, I'm in Europe, and I was targeting US market. And the only way for me to actually do one was when they're sleeping. So usually I did that at night because of the time difference. So I put kids to bed at 10-11 p.m. I went live, usually around that time, sometimes midnight. And afterwards, I did calls with my leads, with my team, and I had scheduled calls all the way to 3, sometimes even 4 a.m. And that was hard. Like, I have to tell you, that was hard to keep up for 90 days. I was so exhausted. So eventually I slowed down, but that was the way to boost it up. Today, it's a different thing again. When people go on daily videos, I'm not longer really, I don't think it helps that much, because the social media and everything changes. But you have to find the way. There will be always time that you get stuck. Everyone gets stuck. It doesn't matter if you're brand new or if you're doing this for years. There's always a moment where it stops and it's not going anywhere, and you need to find new ways how to get out of that situation and really boost that activity up. But if you're not doing videos, you should. And I'm gonna give give you one thing or just one reason why you should. And it's the type of content and the reach that you're gonna get. When you're doing only videos, pre-recorded videos, or photos or text, that's fine. A lot of people build beautiful brands and businesses of that. But if you really first want to attract the right kind of audience to you, because afterwards when you have a conversation with someone, you just don't click, it's not your tribe, you have nothing to talk about. And video really sorts that out because they know the way you talk, your personality, who you really are. So it really sorts people out for you. It kind of pre-qualifies them as well. So it helps you to get the right kind of people talking to you first. And second, if you're stuck with the reach and algorithm and all that stuff, this is the best way to boost it. And I've actually done an algorithm training yesterday, I believe. Was yesterday yesterday in my Facebook community. So if you want access to the training, just put group in the comments and I'm gonna get you inside so you can have that training. And also I've updated my Facebook authority guide with new activities for like 2019 activities for social media. So you have daily action steps in there with tracker, so you keep up really with everything that's happening and you don't have to worry about building the brand and authority and new rates. It's going to be all coming in when you follow the steps that I have given you. Because if you don't have time, you don't have following, you're super busy, you have no email list, advertising budget, so you don't have the Facebook fan page, when you are like myself, a busy mom with everything that's happening around, you don't have that much time, or you have small chunks of time throughout the day where you can actually go on your phone or on your computer, and how to use it the most effectively. So I'm giving you exactly what marketers struggle with and 3 must-dos in order to get results. And I'm giving you exact steps so you can plan out your week, what you're missing. If you're gonna follow these steps, you will not have to worry about building the brand or engagement or views ever again. So put guide in the comments and I'll get you the guide because that's gonna help you big time. So to the tips, finally, I'm tend to go off the track. So tips for your Facebook Lives. What helps, always helped, is being regular. That's my #1 struggle. I'll be honest, like I can do anything regarding the building business, building brand. I can try, learn everything. But if you want from me to be, let's say, live on a regular basis, on a regular day, regular time, and be consistent with that, like every single, let's say, Tuesday at 9 p.m. If you want me to be live, that's just not in my powers. Like, I could not do that, like definitely cannot, but it helps a lot because people really do get used to it and they have that time reserved. And if they don't have time to actually be there live, they will watch the replay. So you will build that constant viewership, your audience that will always be there. They will want to hear from you on that day. It really does help. But if you're like me, just go live anytime possible, at least. And you can do the following that I'm gonna tell you to do right now to boost that up. Definitely what I would not do on your lives is selling. If you have very specific niche, like what I believe I've seen pearls and I've seen jewelry, and there are like items or types of videos that maybe like once a week you can do on regular basis where you actually do sell or you do promote and you give some things out and your audience is used to that. That's fine, you can go for it. But if you're building the following and you really want to get leads as a potential customers for recruiting, definitely I would not be selling through your videos. That's a way just to build that know, like, and trust factor and start having the conversations with right kind of audience. You want people to get actually back to you so you can get to know them and their struggles. It helps you to connect with the audience, okay? So connect, relay, get to know those people, and if you can, go live on regular basis. Now, what you can do to promote your lives. If you know you'll be live in an hour or two, what I would do, I would definitely do stories both on Instagram and on Facebook. Do a quick story, whether it's just video or a selfie or just a text, what you will be live with, where, and what time. Definitely, especially if you're doing IG story and you sending people to your Facebook, you need to tell them to actually go to the Facebook so they know where to find you. And right before the live, you can tell them, I'm live in 5 minutes. You can even delete those stories like afterwards, so people don't have to scroll through those stories afterwards and they don't go to the next person and they stay actually on your stories. But make sure you keep those people really reminded that you'll be going live. That's going to help you a lot. And afterwards, when you actually did go live, you can promote it backwards. I just did live, even do a screenshot, why not, of the video that you have done. Put there that you were live, what you were talking about, and build a curiosity. You don't have to tell a title or relay. You can give them tips, like the best stuff that you've talked about, or what happened. Maybe something fun happened, or something embarrassing, something that builds the curiosity, why people watch that live. Or something, maybe you did promote something and you have a special offer, anything that will really build that curiosity for that person to click. If you're on IG and you don't have the swipe up option yet, that is when you have 10,000 followers on Instagram, in your stories, people can just swipe up and you can send them anywhere you want. If you don't have that, what I would do is really make them comment, or you can do questionnaire where they can just answer the question and answer that for you, or you can do a poll, yes or no, or do you want access or not. And all people that do want access, you can actually start a conversation with them and send them the link to the video. You can easily find the link of the video, the URL, and send them to people. And tip, you can start a conversation, because if that person is interested in that topic of your Facebook Live or IG Live, if they're interested in that topic, you may start a conversation. Why? What is it maybe they struggle with? What is it they wanted really to see more of? And that helps you start a conversation, and from even brand new lead, cold lead, turn them immediately into the hot one by starting a conversation. Stories are amazing way how to start one, because it goes directly to their messenger. So definitely promotions. Also, what you can do maybe before and also after the live, you can do a regular post on Instagram. Get that to as many people as possible through relevant hashtags. Hashtags still have big reach on Instagram, so you can use great hashtags. First, very popular ones, maybe that will get you a couple 100,000 ones that will actually show your post and you don't get lost in the feed, but they're still popular, so you get some traction on that. And afterwards, you can even change them to the last visited ones, but ones that will be like evergreen content for you on Instagram, because when people actually do go to that hashtag, they will still see your posts, because there is not as competition as would be with the popular ones. And on Facebook, you can even do Facebook posts in Facebook groups if it's relevant to the Facebook group and it's actually helpful as a topic, as a problem solution, maybe something fun, depends on what kind of video you have done. You can promote it in Facebook groups and answer maybe in the comments if someone is asking some kind of problem. If that topic was covered in that Facebook Live, you can share it in the comments as well. You know, you're helping other person with that specific issue, so why not? and you can be promoting that Facebook Live. You can take that URL and actually on the content that you already have in your groups, in your profiles, you can share that URL as a more in-depth training, more in-depth answers if you're interested in more, or on your last Facebook Live that you have done, let's say last week or 2 weeks ago. When someone will be searching in your video section, they will see also, maybe they will be more curious in the past lives that you have done. But if you link the current one to the old ones, it will help you all get more views. So that's definitely something that you can do to boost those views and engagement. As far as the engagement, what's really helpful is really the communication in the video. First, your passion, the way you show up. It's not only what you say, but how you say it. And try to really tell people what to do, even on the videos. When you are talking to your audience, make them comment, like make them repeat what you have just said, because there's some kind of magic in the things that you actually write. So when you tell your audience to repeat in written word what you have just said, they will more remember what you've done. And of course, stories is something that relates. People that when you tell only facts, people will probably not remember much of it. But when you share it with a story, that's something that stays with that person, and they're more likely to remember that, and it brings up those emotions and feelings that will more relate to you and the content that you're sharing. Okay, so few last tips. If you do have already some kind of following or email list, you always want to share your current life with them. So send out an email list telling them what you were talking about, send them a screenshot, share something fun, do maybe a blog post on that topic and link it to your video. All of that will bring you traffic to the live and to you and to the video and to your profile, so they will see more of your content. Okay, so share it as much as you can. Promote it. But the best way, the fastest way, what I have experienced, I would say, what I would experience are the stories. Stories is something that people watch more and more. I'm getting bigger and bigger reach as far as stories as well. So if you are maybe afraid of your lives, start with the stories. You may never actually upload it, but if you like the video, you can do a few seconds, 10-30-second videos. You can do 1-minute videos. It will actually divide into multiple videos afterwards when you upload it to stories on Facebook. But you can do very short, sweet sentence, few sentence videos on your Facebook stories. Get too used to talking to the camera. Be okay with it. Upload it or not, that's up to you. That's a great practice, and then you can always go live. So hello Roland, great to see you. So definitely these are tips that will instantly help you grow your views and grow your engagement on the videos. So promote and be yourself. So I hope these were helpful. Don't forget, if you want access to the algorithm training, put group in the comments. If you want the Facebook authority guide with the daily action steps, so you don't have to worry about growing your brand, growing your leads, worrying about the algorithm as well, then put guide in the comments, and I'll get you access to those. And I'm looking forward to talking to you in next videos. If you found value with this, tag your team or share this video, and I'm looking forward to talking to you.